curly, thick, coarse, kinky, and many more. The bigger the hair, the longer they stare, honey. And maybe, just maybe, I might let you touch my hair. We've all seen this arise, and although we may or may not have concern, however, do you understand it? Is there a reason for this trend, or did just some random African American women decide to go natural one day? Natural hair simply means that your hair hasn't been chemically altered through the use of products designed to straighten, soften, or relax. In recent years, a movement has sparked all across the U.S. embracing the natural look, learning about the textures of black hair, and caring for it. I myself am a natural. I had a perm for 2 to 3 years, and my hair became badly damaged over time. I decided to go back to being natural, and although I straightened my hair the first year, I eventually became comfortable with my hair and began wearing it in its natural state. Many questions have arose about this revival of the natural hair. Many women are posing questions, creating videos, giving care tips, and hairstyle suggestions. The revolution of natural hair, like most growing trends, started somewhere, and is something to be understood and continually embraced throughout the world. Following the various textures of black hair, you have your basic textures and some cross-sectional textures. And the process of understanding and discovering your texture is quite complex. Finally, if you were to choose the natural route, here are some basic suggestions of do's and don'ts for the proper product usage. To begin, for many years, women of color were told their hair, features, and skin were not beautiful. When the Africans would often wear their hair in West African braided styles, as you see here, the slave owners would often remove the braids so they could have a more European look. For so long, the idea of light skin, straight hair, small features were acceptable beauty. Many black women today have chosen to go natural and change this ideology and embrace the natural curly hair that grows from their head. African American women all over the U.S. want to embrace their natural beauty and love their hair just as it is without chemically treating it. Furthermore, some women not only see this as a statement of beauty, but also a representation of our ancestry. The word often used to describe to digging back into our roots is Sankofa. Sankofa comes from the Akan language of Ghana, meaning to go back and fetch. Numerous African American women view growing and wearing natural hair as a cultural representation. Going back to the roots, literally, since slave owners did not allow slaves to wear traditional braids, although some did anyway, many Africans and African Americans after slavery ended didn't know anything about taking care of their natural hair. They knew about taking care of European hair, but not their own. So now, we're digging deep into our roots and looking to understand the composition of our hair in order to properly take care of it and even wear it as a cultural emblem. To continue on, chemical relaxers and hot combs were used to straighten the hair. However, over time, many black women began to notice the amount of damage relaxers were causing to their hair. Like myself, the chemicals in relaxers began to strip the nutrients from our hair and thin it out. However, you gain length, nonetheless, you lost hair. Therefore, many women begin to switch over to wearing their hair in its natural state. Whether they did the big chop, the act of chopping off all the relaxer and gradually growing out the relaxer and then cutting the relaxed hair off later. Moving forward, there are no chemical differences in the makeup of African American hair in relation to other ethnicities. However, our wave, curl, or kink and bonding pattern is different. Wave, kink, and bond make up the texture of the hair. The tighter the bond, the curlier the hair. Textures are defined by numbers and letters. They range from 1 to 4. 1 being straight hair, 2 being wavy, 3 being curly, and 4 being coily. However, each number has 3 segments, A through C. For instance, 1 could have 3C hair, as you see right here, curly, coily type hair. Type 3 hair consists of lightly curly to very curly hair that's springy and well defined. 3C hair would be defined as voluminous with corkscrew-like curl patterns with a circumference of a pencil or a straw. And kinky. Discovering hair textures require looking at three different things: curl pattern, porosity, density, width, and length. There are three types of curl patterns: wavy, curly, and coily. Porosity deals with how your hair absorbs and holds moisture. Density consists of the width of the individual strands of your hair and how closely those strands of the hair are related. Width, also known as texture, refers to the thickness of the individual strands of your hair and length. There are various tests you can perform to determine these things. For instance, to find out how porous your hair is, you can perform the float test by taking a strand of your hair, dropping it into a bowl of water. If it floats, you have low porosity. If it sinks, you have high porosity. In continuation, one can determine hair care based upon the texture of the hair, because everyone's texture varies, and different products are needed to ensure growth, healthy hair, and firm roots. Hair grows about 1.5 inch to 1/4 inch every month. It's recommended that one should trim their natural hair every 3 to 4 months. Hair naturally splits every 3 months. Trimming will help you maintain your shape and remove those dead ends. Regular trimming will remove 1/4 inch or less of those split ends, allowing you to retain growth. Furthermore, what's trimming without cleaning your hair? Everyone has different methods to washing their hair. However, you can cause breakage and unnecessary tangling to your hair. Nikki Walton, the founder of and writer of Curly Nikki, suggests pre-pooing the hair by sectioning, detangling, and conditioning the hair before actually shampooing it. Pre-pooing protects the hair from the rust process of shampooing. Following, wash your hair in sections. Washing your hair in sections ensures less breakage, cleaner hair, fewer tangles, and less knots. Also, make sure the shampoo is sulfate-free, because sulfate is extremely harsh on the natural hair. Lastly, dry your hair with a microfiber towel or t-shirt. Regular cotton towels can tangle and break the hair because of the structure. Refrain from rubbing. It's best to blot or squeeze out the water from the hair. In addition, finding products can be a daunting task. Some run through your hair like water. Some products remove the moisture. Some make the hair feel way too moisturized. Here are some suggestions. If you have type 3 hair, it's best to use sulfate-free cleansers for moisture, leave-in conditioners to hydrate and moisturize your curls, and gels and creams are best to promote curl definition and fringe control. In recollection of, today I discussed various reasons for the revival of natural hair and look. Following, I discussed the various types of hair textures and how they are determined. Finally, I discussed some suggestions to properly care for your hair in order to retain growth, promote healthy hair, less breakage, and keep your hair moisturized. Natural hair simply means the hair has been chemically altered through the use of products that straighten, soften, or cause it to relax. Although everyone's hair is different, and many have found effective methods, these small suggestions could help perfect the methods many natural women have already developed. You have beautiful hair, and no matter what your reason may be for going natural, embrace your curl patterns and love their hair, sweetheart.
Well, Victoria, we're out of time, so you'll go first on that.
Stop there.